Here we are going to discuss distance time graph for non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means, what is mean by non-uniform motion? The distance covered by a bus in equal time intervals or non-equal time intervals. Non-uniform motion means non-equal time intervals. Yes. So this we are going to see. Draw a graph of distance against time, taking the time along the x-axis and distance along the y-axis in the figure 1.6. Here, the time and distance, these two columns have given. Time is measured in second and distance is measured in meter. So, here at resting position, time is 0, distance is also 0. After 5 minutes, after 5 seconds, because time is in second given. So after 5 seconds, the distance covered by an object is 7 meter. After 10 seconds, the distance covered by an object is 7. See that 1.6 figure, yes or no? Here it is given. Distance, after 10 seconds, the distance covered by an object is 12 meter. After 15 seconds, the distance covered by an object is 20 meter. After 20 seconds, the distance covered by an object is 30 meter. After 25 seconds, distance covered by an object is 41 meter. After 30 seconds, the distance covered by an object is 50 meter. After 35 seconds, distance covered by an object is 58 meter. So here it is given. After 5 seconds, 7 meters are covered. After 10 seconds, distance covered is 12. 7, 12, 20, 30. After 5 seconds, actually there is unequal time intervals given. So distance and time graph, what you should added here, x-axis time is written and along the y-axis distance is written, yes or no? Y-axis distance and x-axis time is given, and according to this you have to draw a graph, distance and time graph. So you have to do this at home in the graph book. Here the distance changes non-uniformly with time. Distance changes non-uniformly with the time. Time is 5 seconds only. After 5 seconds only time is same. But changes are seen in distances. Thus the bus is having non-uniform motion. That is why if you will see that the graph is in not straight line. That is why the bus is having non-uniform motion. Use your brain power. What differences do you see in the distance time graphs for uniform and non-uniform motion? For uniform motion, you will see that the graph is seen in straight line, yes or no? But non-uniform motion, graph is not in straight line. Next is velocity time graph for uniform velocity. Velocity time graph for uniform velocity. A train is moving with a uniform velocity of 60 km per hour for 5 hours. A train is moving with a uniform velocity for 60 km per hour. Within an hour, it covers 60 km. And 5 hours, the train is moving. Uniform velocity of 60 km per hour, 60 km. 5 hours, 300 km she can cross, train can cross. Yes or no? It can cross. The velocity time graph for the uniform motion is shown in the figure. Time is on x-axis. See the figure 1.7, velocity time graph. Time is given on the x-axis. Velocity is given on y-axis. And if you will see that the on x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 hour and y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer as given. So if you will see that the graph is in straight line, yes or no? With the help of the graph, how will you determine the distance covered by the train between the 2 and 4 hours? Because uniform motion, that is why per hour 60 kilometer, 2 hours 120 kilometer, yes or no? 4 hours 240 kilometers. You can give. Is there a relation between the distance covered by the train between 2 and 4 hours and the area of particular quadrangle in the graph? What is the acceleration of the train? Acceleration you have to calculate. So it is given in the figure. So only see the figure. What is the graph? It is a straight line graph. That is why you can write it down. Understood? Velocity and time graph of uniform velocity we have seen. Now we are going to see velocity and time graph for uniform acceleration. The changes in the velocity of a car in specific time intervals are given in the following table. Again, one more table is given which has 2 columns. One column is for time in second and other column is for velocity, meter per second. Time and velocity graph we are going to study. So on the x-axis, what is given? Time is given. And on the y-axis, velocity is given. Resting position, time in second 0, velocity also 0, because no velocity, no movement. 5, after 5 seconds, 8 is the velocity. 8 meter per second is the velocity of the car. Again after 5 seconds, after 10 seconds, 16 meter per second, the velocity of the car. After 15 seconds, the car has velocity of 24 meter per second. After 20 seconds, the velocity of the car is 32 meter per second. After 25 seconds, velocity of car is 40 meter per second. After 30 seconds, the velocity of car is 48 meter per second. After 35 seconds, velocity of car is 56 meter per second. It has given. So here in the graph, on the x-axis time is given 5, 10, 15, 25, 20, 25, 30, 35 and 40. And on y-axis, what is given? Velocity 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. It has given x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5 seconds and y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 8 meter per second is given. So velocity time graph in figure 1.8 shows that what it is given. So the graph is, if you will see that the graph is in straight line, yes or no? This is straight line graph for the uniform acceleration. Understood? The velocity changes by equal amounts in equal time intervals. Thus, this is the uniform acceleration in accelerated motion. How much does the velocity changes every 5 minutes? For all uniformly accelerated motions, the velocity time graph is straight line. Just now we have seen. For non-uniformly accelerated motion, the velocity time graph may have any shape depending how the acceleration changes with the time. If the acceleration changes with the time, the graph is also changes and it will be of any shape. And uniform acceleration, it is in straight line. From the graph in the figure 1.8, for non-uniformly accelerated motion, the velocity time graph may have any shape depending how the acceleration changes with the time. From the graph in figure 1.8, we can determine the distance covered by the car between 10th and the 20th second, as we did in the case of train in the previous example. The difference is that the velocity of the car is not constant, but is continuously changing because of the uniform acceleration. Velocity continuously changing because of the uniform acceleration. In such case, we have to use the average velocity of the car in the given time interval to determine the distance covered in that interval. From the graph, the average velocity of the car is 32 plus 16 divided by 2. It is equal to 24 meter per second. Multiplying this, the time interval 10 seconds gives us the distance covered by the car. Distance covered is equal to 24 meter per second multiplied by 10 seconds is equal to 240 meter. Check that, similar to the example of the train, the distance covered is given by the area of quadrangle ABCD. Here in the graph, you have seen that area of quadrangle is given. Area into bracket rectangle ABCD is equal to area into bracket rectangle AECD plus area into bracket triangle ABE. How it has come? So here it is given. This AECD, it is a rectangle. This area plus this triangle ABE or AEB plus, you have to add this, yes or no? Then what will these areas, if you will add, then what will come? You can see the area of quadrangle ABCD. Only see this. It is not coming for the examination sake, only you see that. Equations of the motion using graphical method. Newton studied the motion of an object and gave a set of 3 equations of the motion. How many equations are given by Newton? 3 equations of motions are given. These relate with displacement, velocity, acceleration and time. These equations are related with displacement, velocity, acceleration and time. Displacement means S, velocity V, acceleration A, time T, of an object moving along with a straight line. Suppose an object is in the motion along a straight line with initial velocity u. It attains a final velocity v in time t. Due to acceleration a, its displacement is s. The 3 equations of the motion can be written as v is equal to u plus at. V is equal to u plus at. First equation of motion. Velocity is equal to u plus at. U, initial velocity, A, acceleration, T, time. So, the relation between velocity and time, if it is asked, which equation you will write down there? V is equal to u plus at. The relation between displacement and time. Displacement means S. S is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square. S is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square. S is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square. Next, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Again one more equation is there. Displacement and velocity. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. First equation, velocity and time, v is equal to u plus at. The equation of velocity and time equation, v is equal to u plus at. displacement and time, s is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square. And relation between displacement and velocity, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Let us try to obtain these equations by the graphical method. Equation describing the relation between velocity and time. Figure 1.9 shows the change in velocity with time of a uniformly accelerated object. The object starts from the point D in the graph and velocity u. Its velocity keeps increasing and after time t it reaches the point B on the graph. The initial velocity of the object is u is equal to od. Here a graph is given. Actually we can't see here now. Here equation describing the relation between velocity and time. I am reading. Actually you see the each and every line what I am explaining here. Okay, figure 1.9, this is 1.9 figure, shows the change in velocity with the time of uniformly accelerated object. The object starts from point D. The object starts from point D in the graph with velocity u. Initial velocity of the object is u. So by initial velocity u, it starts from the point D. Its velocity keeps increasing after time t. It reaches the point B on the graph. It starts going and reaches to point B. Initial velocity of the object is u is equal to od. It starts from here, goes to here and again it increases. Yes or no? Final velocity object is v is equal to oc. Final velocity oc. Initial velocity od. Time is oe. Time is o2e. Acceleration is equal to change in the velocity per time. Change in velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity upon time is equal to OC minus OD upon T. CD is equal to AT. CD is equal to AT. How AT has come? OC minus OD. OC minus OD what comes? OC minus OD. CD left, yes or no? CD is equal to AT. CD is equal to AT. OC minus OD is equal to CD. It is given. Next, draw a line parallel to the y-axis passing through the B. Draw a line parallel to y-axis. Here the line has drawn passing through the point B. Passing through point B. Understood? Draw a line parallel to x-axis passing through D. This will cross B at A. This will cross BE at A point. Yes or no? From the graph, BE is equal to AE plus AB. Yes or no? V is equal to what? CD plus OD. V is equal to CD plus OD. And AB is equal to CD. And AE is equal to OD. AB is equal to CD because AB is equal to CD and AE is equal to OD. Understood? It has given in the graph. You see that graph, then only you can write down. V is equal to CD plus OD. V is equal to CD plus OD. V is equal to CD is equal to AT. We have drawn here. Yes or no? So you can directly add CD's. Substitute CD. CD's value is 80. So you can directly add here. At the place of CD, you can write down 80 here. And OD is equal to U. From equation 1. Yes or no? This one equation here it is given. So we can directly add OD is equal to U and CD is equal to 80 here. Then which equation will be the first equation of the motion? V is equal to u plus at is given. Understood? Now, displacement and time equation we are going to see. Which is displacement and time equation? S is equal to ut plus 1/2 at square. This equation we are going to see now. Equation describe the relationship between displacement and time. Let us suppose that an object in uniform acceleration a and it has covered the distance s within the time t from the graph in the figure 1.9. The distance covered by the object during the time t has given in the area of quadrangle DOEB. This is the area of quadrangle. It is given. You have seen that in the figure 1.9 DOEB. Here it is given quadrangle. Understood? D O E B. This is the quadrangle. 1, 2, 3 and this is DB 4. Understood? So this quadrangle has given here. Draw a line parallel. Now acceleration is equal to change. Here what is given? Velocity and time we have seen. Now we are going to see displacement and time. Let us suppose an object in the uniform acceleration a and it has covered the distance s within the time t. From the graph in figure, the distance covered by the object during time t is given by area of quadrangle DOEB. S is equal to area of quadrangle DOEB. S is equal to area of quadrangle DOEB. Area of rectangle DOEA plus area of triangle DAB. S is equal to area of rectangle means AE multiplied by OE and area of triangle is 1/2 base into height. 1/2 multiplied by AB into DA. We have given here. Now we are going to see that next. What is given? But AE is equal to U, OE is equal to T. So OE is equal to what? OE is equal to D. OE is equal to DA is equal to T. Means DA also is equal to T. AB is equal to AT minus AB is equal to AT. AB is equal to CD from equation 1. Then we can add S. S is equal to S. AE multiplied by OE. AE U. So U we have given here. How T has come? OE. OE is T. Understood? Then 1/2. Then AB multiplied by what is given? DA. AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD is equal to, here A has given, AT has given. AB is equal to CD is equal to ATA. So AT is given here. This value we have added over here. Then DA is equal to what? AD is equal to T. It has also given OE is equal to DA is equal to T. So it has given here. So this equation is also proved. S is equal to U plus multiplied by T plus 1/2 multiplied by AT multiplied by T. So S is equal to UT plus 1/2 AT square. We have seen this. This equation is also proved. Equation describing the relation between displacement and velocity. We have seen that from the graph in figure 1.9, we can determine the distance covered by the object in time t from the area of a quadrangle DOEB. DOEB is a trapezium. So we can use the formula for its area. S is equal to area of trapezium DOEB. S is equal to 1/2 multiplied by sum of length of parallel sides, must be trapezium, no? So 1/2 multiplied by sum of length of parallel sides multiplied by distance between the parallel sides. Trapezium DOEB, where it is? So in the figure we can see trapezium DOEB here. DOEB. This is trapezium. It is given here. So we are going to see this equation of motion, third motion equation we are going to see now. Displacement and time we have seen, velocity and time also we have seen. Now we are going to see the relation between displacement and velocity. Now S is equal to area of trapezium DOEB. We have seen now where is DOEB. I have showed you just now. Now, so we can use the formula for its area. S is equal to area of trapezium DOEB. S is equal to 1/2 multiplied by sum of lengths of parallel sides multiplied by distance between the parallel sides. S is equal to 1/2 multiplied by DOD plus BE. But OD is equal to U, BE is equal to V, and OE is equal to T. S is equal to 1/2 multiplied by U plus V multiplied by T. Then what will come? S is equal to 1/2 U plus V multiplied by T. A is equal to what? V minus U upon T. So T is equal to V minus U divided by A. So this value we are going to add in this equation number 2. Understood? What will it be? S is equal to 1/2 multiplied by U plus V multiplied by V minus U upon A. This is the value of T. Yes or no? How it has calculated? Acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity, V minus U upon T. So T's value we have calculated, V minus U upon A. So we have added this in the equation number 2. Understood? Then S is equal to V plus U. U plus V means what? V plus U multiplied by V minus U upon this 2 and multiplied by A, which is at the denominator side. So it has written on the denominator. What will come? 2AS is equal to V plus U into bracket V minus U is equal to V multiplied by V, V square. U multiplied by U, U square. A plus B into bracket A minus B. What will it be? A square minus B square. Na? That's so V square minus U square has come over here. And then what you will find out? V square here. V square is equal to U square, because here minus U. So we have added U here on this left hand side. So minus U becomes plus. V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. This is the Newton's third equation of motion we have seen. So 3 equations of motion we have seen, and from the figure also we have proven it. The velocity of an accelerated object changes with the time. Change in the velocity can be due to a change in the direction or magnitude of the velocity or both. Understood?